And it's one of those poems which I'm sure everybody has, which you keep coming back to for year after year and can't get right. And so I've been working on it this week and I want to test out the latest version of it. Alibi. A policeman rapped at my college bedsit door. A neighbour, he said, had been murdered. An old woman. I pictured my grandmother in a cardigan and dowdy skirt combo I recalled from an old photo. Her wisp grey hair, her granny glasses. Old, old, old. Oh, less old than me now, but you know how old people used to be. That shabbiness they exuded, as if their dumpster crawl of an era, with its wars, race hatreds, poverty, had mildewed the soul and flesh of them. She'd been bludgeoned to death a month before, he said, and the authorities wished to know where I was at the time. Oh, just a routine inquiry, or why wait weeks to ask, but it unnerved me, failing to exhume an answer. My memory's a feckless little bugger, always was. At my friend Richie's? Watching the rugby? The officer may have said. Once he'd gone, I snuck round to the scene of the crime, to peer in its bedroom eyes and bow under the lacy, shivery weight of them. It's not nice how some deaths titillate, but they do. On her deathbed, my grandmother, my memory's a starlight on the waters storyteller, I'm afraid, forgive me if it flecks and flits, whispered to my father, and telling this I'm picturing him, bent to hear her. Her propped up on hospital pillows, in a clean white room, with chrysanthemums crimsoning in a glass bottle on the nightstand, blotting at the shadows the thin light lamplight casts. That she was not the woman he had thought her. That her father was not her papa, but some darker man. She supplied a name, she died, and we learned nothing more. Our tribe was already of every hue under the South African sun, begotten of a pus of lies and concealments, and we'd long fled it for the English rain, so how could we put flesh back on the skull of this? But then, what do we ever know? It's always this gussied up half-tail, its cankers excised and cremated, some tears to tamp the soil. If Derek said I was with him, Rich said, Rich guessed I was. Replied the officer. We sat our exams, we left. And who cares if they caught the villain or the poor daft sod who did it? How equally incurious I was about my grandmother. Failed to ask her, paid no heed, and can tweeze from my mind's scrounge now mere slivers. Like her hoisting me headfirst into the bathroom sink to scour the snot from me when I was small. Less small than she thought, quite big enough to be indignant at it. There's a picture of her, a girl, still, with her slightly fairer sisters, lovely and lithe, if a bit of an odd duck. How scandalous she must have found herself once she understood why. How such a truth would have bludgeoned her. Her, a minister's wife, a church organist. Or was she a child still when she learned? Her papa himself brandishing it at her perhaps. Vera, I am not your father. It's late. He leans over her bed in the oil lamp's glow and hisses it. She smells the drink on him, the rage, the long-pent resentments. Here, and fires the beribboned letters at her pillow. Pow! How she frets at, and she butterfingers them, how they spill from her, scattershot to her floor. No, she says, not believing any of it, as I watch and conjure her. To twine within her for a spell. To be this poor, dead, cudgelled woman who shared a corner of my house once. Who, so old, so worn to a nub, that I sequestered her in the sock drawer of my love, I barely knew. As in comes the constable of my conscience, to jot and ponder the skinny poetries we call evidence. At the yard tap, barefoot in the grass, as the trees pray light-bowed over her, and a few stars petal in and out the leaves, she scrubs at her hands, her face, the snivel of her nose, at the scent of her secret name on the pages of the wind, until the water's flail might silver it away, the lie of her, the truth of her, the grief of her, mumbling the alibi we all use, don't we? I wasn't there, it wasn't me, I didn't know. Our elders' lives and deaths, no more real, really, than any life or death not ours. Nor ours, nor ours, answers a ghost of us out of the seeping earth.